The first thing I did after I was reborn was jump off the rooftop of my girlfriend's apartment, dying right at her doorstep. The first thing I did after being reborn was to jump off the rooftop of my girlfriend's apartment and die at her doorstep. Everyone thought I had gone mad, but as I lay there dying, I smiled in satisfaction. The apocalypse was coming in 7 days, and anyone who died within this window would transform into a nightmare creature. This time I would become the king of nightmare, the most terrifying being of all. Only by doing so could I exact my revenge on Fiona, the treacherous ex-girlfriend who cheated on me and stole my inheritance. She would pay the ultimate price. At midnight I leapt from the rooftop of Fiona's apartment. As I fell, a calm smile spread across my face. I wasn't insane. On the contrary, I had never been more clear-headed. This was all for my return in 7 days. The apocalypse was only a week away, and anyone who died during this period would rise as a nightmare creature. I wasn't just going to become one of them. I was going to be their king, the most powerful and horrifying nightmare of all. Only then could I take my revenge on Fiona, repaying her betrayal and the pain she caused me in my previous life. In my past life, when the apocalypse hit, my best friend Ethan died in a car accident and became a nightmare creature. It was thanks to him secretly protecting me that I managed to survive the chaos. But my story ended with Fiona's betrayal. To please a powerful nightmare in a black suit, she personally carved out my heart. That night, she had invited me over for dinner and drugged my food. When I woke up, I couldn't move. Like a fool, I thought she was just playing some intimate game and told her to stop messing around. Then I saw her holding a sharp knife. Her lips curled into a seductive smile as she sliced open my chest. The drugs numbed my nerves so I couldn't feel the pain of the wound, but the terror in my heart threatened to drown me. I'll never forget how she cut me 53 times with that knife before reaching in and pulling out my heart. At that moment, I became a cold corpse, a monster without a heart. Even as I died, I couldn't understand how she could be so heartless in my final moments. I asked her why she did it, my voice filled with despair. She sneered coldly and said, "You idiot, you were just a game to me." When Ethan found out what happened, he was furious and tried to avenge me, but the nightmare that Fiona had allied with was too strong. Ethan died protecting me, his soul obliterated. I was left utterly hopeless, my consciousness swallowed by darkness. But fate granted me another chance. This time I would change everything. My first mission was to save Ethan. Although dying within the 7 days before the apocalypse meant becoming a nightmare creature, the process involved unimaginable pain. Ethan's life was exchanged for mine in the last timeline. This time it was my turn to protect him and ensure he lived as a normal human being. I glanced at my phone. It was 5 in the afternoon. In exactly 1 hour, Ethan would die in a car accident. Without hesitation, I dialed a video call. "Hey, I am at work. What's up?" Ethan said, looking up from his computer screen. Seeing that familiar face made my chest tighten with guilt. In the last timeline, he was obliterated because of me. Now, having another chance to see him alive was a blessing. I steadied my voice. "After work, don't leave the office. Wait for me." "What's going on?" Ethan asked, puzzled. "Just trust me. Stay put no matter what happens." Impress me. At 6:30 p.m., I met Ethan as he left work. As soon as we stepped out of the office building, a black van hurtled toward us. I yanked Ethan back, narrowly avoiding the vehicle. Though it grazed my arm, it was just a scratch. That van, it was exactly the same as in my last life. No license plate. This wasn't an accident. She even wanted Ethan dead. "Ethan," I asked quietly, "have you pissed anyone off recently?" Ethan, straightforward and kind-hearted, wasn't the type to make enemies. I couldn't imagine who'd target him. "No, not at all," he said, scratching his head. "Think harder." "Wait." His face paled as he recalled something. "Are you saying that van was aiming for me?" I nodded.